Okay, so as if we didn't have enough projects to do, our online store needs more bins for our small items to keep our backstock up. So we're going to make about 200 bins. They're going to be gravity held, so they're going to be leaning back so that things don't fall out. This is a real simple solution, very cost effective. We got all of our cardboard from a local furniture store, so we've got our cardboard sheeting over there. We've replaced our table saw blade with a 180 tooth blade, and it is a quarter cable, by the way. I love my quarter cable table saw. The other things that we're going to need for this project, now these are going to be slotted and grooved, and they're going to be in blocks of 12 bins so that they're stackable. We're going to need some glue, a rip saw, a box of 1¼ inch finishing nails, and trusty tape measure. We got kind of a half drawn up plan of what we need to do here. As you can see, we're doing 4 across, 3 high in single units, and each wall is going to have 6 large units of 12 and 3 small units of 8. Here we've cut along with the grain. That'll add more support. So these are going to stand up and down, and I've made those an 18-degree cut to the center, and these are straight cut to the center. Now I'm going to try and show you how to pile these things together. Now you'll notice here that we've left extra space on the top and bottom, and for these pieces that will provide a flat surface so that these things can be stackable once we've got the tops and bottoms put on. And on these sides we've cut extra width so that we can put them together, keep them together and stable while we do the glue lines. And these pieces will end up being cut off at the end. It's very, very simple. I'll show you that here in a little bit, but I'll show you how these go together. Okay, I've got a cross member down. I've added one long piece to set it up straight. I'm going to try and do this one-handed since I don't have a stand for my. We're going to slide that right down in like that, and we're just going to keep going across until we've got all the cross members in. Very simple. Not bad doing this one-handed. Okay, now we're going to lift this up and turn it over to put the rest of the pieces in. So we just lift, drop it down, set this stack across, and just start putting them in. Now this requires 2 hands, so I'm going to put you down and show you the end result. Okay, I've got that put together, and I've got 2 extra pieces that were the length of the sidebar or the crossbars, and those will go across the bottom and the top, and that'll allow me to keep these as stackable units. So set this upright, and we'll run a glue bead down each one of these, and then we'll lay the sheet across the top, and then we'll put the nails in at an angle on either side that'll hold it tight, and press the glue bead, and then we'll do the same thing for the flip side. And I'll show you. We've got a couple put together over here. This is ultimately what the end unit looks like without the back put on. You have to remember that once we put the final bead on, to make sure that that supportive bar is on the front side and the non-supportive bar is on the back side. You'll have a lot more luck that way because people tend to grab things out of this way. Plus, when you put these up against a wall, generally they tend to lean forward just a little bit, so there's a little more pressure on the front side. But Alright, so we're done putting the backs on. Now I did the backs, each one in 2 pieces. Kind of leaves a gap in here, but that's fine. It just keeps everything steady and sturdy. You'll notice in all 4 corners of each piece I placed a finishing nail. So now we have, and I cut these to be overlapping, so everything overlaps. Now the only thing that you don't want to take off is the inside square. So we're going to cut off all these pieces. I suggest that you only take off enough so that you can be out of the way of putting the glue beads along all of the pieces. We're going to glue bead every bit of this. So I'll show you quickly a couple of done ones here. It's kind of dark here, but there's a glue bead all the way around in there, and that helps shore everything up. Now I've taken off all the outside edging with a knife, and these tabs stay on because they're going to need to accept the glue on the inside bead. And once that's done, you can just take your rip saw and just saw those off. It's very, very quick, very easy. And then once that's done, now the glue beads are in all the corners. As soon as that dries, it's ready. It's complete. Okay, the glue beads are all dry. We're done with our project. All we got to do is cut the remaining tabs off of the sides. I've already done all the rest of them. This is where your handy rip saw comes into play. All you got to do is rip them right off. Just like that. And you can size these any way you want to. Our project was pretty big, so there's quite a few bins. But the positive of going cardboard instead of wood, it's obviously less expensive, and it doesn't have as much of a smell as wood would have. So if you're working with materials that would absorb smells, definitely cardboard is a way to go. The only thing that you have to watch out for is the humidity. You need to make sure that you maintain a low humidity. So I hope this helps you out in your endeavors online or your backstock or whatever you need to do.